everyone, my name is Yulia Vikhat and I'm a family lawyer. I work at the law company of the lawyer Alexey Nikolaevich Skrябin. Our law company specializes in providing legal services in the field of marriage dissolution and recovery of alimony. Our lawyers provide support in court proceedings throughout Ukraine. In this video, I will tell you about the procedure of a divorce without children by mutual consent of the spouses. The procedure and terms of divorce by mutual consent without children through the registry office. What documents are required for divorce by mutual consent? How to file for divorce by mutual consent through the court if there is a child. How to file a divorce through a court by common agreement with minor children. Watch this video till the end and learn a lot of interesting information about divorce by mutual consent with children. Subscribe to my channel to receive up-to-date information in the field of family law. Contacts for calling me and asking about paid consultations are under this video. Divorce procedure without children by common consent in Ukraine. State registration of divorce is formalized on the basis of a written application for divorce of spouses who don't have children, which should clearly indicate that they have no common children. Such an application is submitted to the registry office, and based on the judicial practice, courts encourage dissolution of marriage precisely in an administrative manner, if the spouses have no obstacles to this. So it may be that the statement of claim for divorce was left without movement on the grounds of the fact that in order to dissolve a marriage between spouses who have no minor children, by a court decision, the plaintiff should indicate the grounds excluding its dissolution out of the court, namely through the registry office. Therefore, the plaintiff should eliminate these shortcomings by setting out a statement of claim indicating the grounds excluding divorce out of the court, in particular through the registry office. The procedure of divorce by mutual consent without children through the registry office in Ukraine. Terms. The submission by the spouses of the divorce statement by mutual consent through the registry office doesn't directly entail its termination at this very moment. Parties remain spouses until the date of divorce registration. The procedure of divorce registration by mutual consent by the registry office gives rise to the corresponding consequences for the spouses concerned marriage dissolution. The month between the moment of filing the statement and the drawing up of the assembly record about the divorce by the registry office is the period that is given by the legislature to the spouses for the possibility of revising their general consent to divorce. What documents are required for divorce by mutual consent in Ukraine? For divorce by mutual consent, the spouses should present passport, marriage certificate, receipt of payment of the state fee. After checking the documents, the registry office employee gives a statement for filing out by the spouses, which is certified by the signatures. To file for divorce by mutual consent through the court in Ukraine if you have a child. On the basis of the Family Code of Ukraine, spouses with children have the right to apply to the court for divorce together with a written agreement containing such information: whom of them the children will live with, what participation in ensuring their living conditions will each of the parents take, who will live separately, as well as on the conditions for exercising the right to personal education of children. If you turn to the analysis of court decisions on this category of cases, you can find various references to the number of contracts, all of which, however, are accepted by the courts, and the courts consider the requirements to be fulfilled. Thus, the court may indicate in the decision the fact of the existence of a concluded agreement by mutual agreement. On such circumstances, accommodation, upbringing of children, pay of alimony for child support, notarially certified agreement on the payment of alimony for the child, determination of the child's place of residence, participation in the upbringing and maintenance of the child, agreements on participation in the upbringing and maintenance of a child certified by a private notary. In some cases, in the decision of divorce by mutual consent, it is noted that the statement has been added. A notary certified agreement between the parents on participation in the exercise of their parental rights and determination of the child's place of residence. Notarially certified agreement between the parents on the payment of child support. Agreement on the determination of the place of residence of children and the procedure for exercising parental rights and obligations, and a notarized agreement between parents on the payment of alimony for the maintenance of their children. The above-mentioned resolution of the Plenum of the Supreme Court of Ukraine also emphasizes that the courts should check the compliance with the notarization of the agreement on the amount of alimony for the child or children. In it, the parties stipulate ways for the parents to fulfill the obligation to support the child to those of them who live separately from the child. The parties also should provide in an agreement procedure, terms and forms, monetary and/or in natural form, provision of content by one of the parents, to file a divorce through the court by common agreement with minor children in Ukraine. 1 month determined by the legislator from the date of filing a divorce statement by mutual consent. In the court's decision on divorce is the period that is provided to individuals to see their decision to divorce. During this period, the wife and husband has the right to withdraw the divorce statement. And explained in the resolution of the Plenum of the Supreme Court of Ukraine on the practice of law enforcement by courts when considering cases on the right to marriage, divorce, invalidation and division of the spouse's common property, expiration of 1 month from the date of submission of the application and the statement if it hasn't been withdrawn by at least one of the spouses. That is, the submission of a common statement for divorce doesn't prevent only one of the spouses from withdrawal of it. Obviously, in this case, two situations are possible. One of the spouses withdraws the statement with the actual consent of the other spouse due to the fact that neither of them wants to end the marriage anymore. And the second one, a dispute arises between the spouses about the dissolution of the marriage. Then one of the spouses can further exercise his right to file a claim for the dissolution of the marriage. Children and the procedure of divorce in Ukraine by mutual consent. Taking into account the equality of the rights and obligations of both parents in relation to the child, the legislative provision of the common decision by them of the issues of bringing their child after divorce by mutual consent seems justified. In the case of normal relations between parents, in order to resolve the issue of raising a child, formalization of any agreements between the parents or their appeal to the authorized state authorities isn't required. The residence of a father or mother after a divorce by mutual consent, separately from the child, doesn't deprive him or her of the right to personal communication with them and the obligation to take part in child's upbringing. The child's right to contact with parents who live separately, provided by the law of Ukraine on child protection, according to which a child who lives separately from parents or one of them has the right to maintain regular personal relationships and direct contacts with them. Consulting a professional divorce lawyer is a guarantee of your success. Contact the lawyers of our company and any way convenient for you. Call or write in messengers. We will help you to resolve your issues quickly and efficiently. If you have a need for advice or paid services of a lawyer, then contact the contacts listed under this video. If you have any questions, then write them into the comments to this video and I will definitely answer you. If this video was useful for you and you learned something new about divorce by mutual consent with children, then like this video, subscribe to my channel, share with friends, press the bell not to miss new videos. See you in new videos!